Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Yes, I'm a bit late in the day here on Sunday, but there's not much cricket, but still, I would still dwell on something about cricket, as you know, weekend is the only time. Once upon a time, I was doing this daily cricket show like every day, but and then slowly changed. That was, if you look at my videos, if you go hark back to my old videos and all, you will see that I've been doing this cricket show for quite a long time, and especially you would see that I was doing it so diligently on a daily basis. But then certain things changed, and I had to resort my time became a constraint for me, and with all my office duties and home duties and everything, and I had to settle down for doing this show on a weekly basis. So that's the precise reason I'm here, and I'm here to talk to you about cricket. So, as I told you, there's not much to talk about. So, it's going to be a short cricket show. So, we'll just look at some what are the events that are going on in the cricketing world. Uh, Firstly, I can talk about Australia. Ricky Ponting is one of the real cricket experts, and himself was a great player. David Warner went through a lot of toughness on the Indian tour, and finally, a Siraj bouncer hitting him, which got him injured, and he had to return back to Australia, thus missing the tour of India, which was very sad. He was struggling. He was a bunny rabbit for some of the bowlers, Indian bowlers. So he was definitely struggling. But that apart, as you always say, class is something permanent, right? But form is temporary. Form is temporary, but class is permanent. And David Warner, one knows what he really brings to the table with all his vast experience. Unfortunately, he had to leave the Indian tour with injury after copying a blow from Mohammad Siraj on his anatomy. And that was sad, according to me. So, Ricky Ponting, after looking at the way, David Warner played, the cricketing experts started saying that probably it's time for David Warner, for Australia to look beyond David Warner, and probably, David Warner should retire. So, some clamor is going on. But Ricky Ponting, was saying that David Warner should have gone on a real high when he made that double century. Well, but looking at David Warner, I think there is still something left in him. He's not a finished article as yet, according to me. He still has some ammunition in his tank, and I know he has been struggling. Even the IPL, he has been struggling. But looking forward to David Warner once again, playing for Australia, no doubt about it. I think he can still play some. There's still some cricket left in him, according to me. That does not mean that I am disagreeing with Ricky Ponting. Just my opinion on this cricket show, because Ricky Ponting, I know he's a cricket expert. He definitely is a well versed person who has played the game, and he's an expert. So I have a due respect for Ricky Ponting. But my opinion, I still feel that David Warner can still go on for Australia. Yeah, he's not over the hill as yet, according to me. But nevertheless, that's, as I said, it's purely my opinion on this cricket show. Now, let's. There is one match which got over. I mean, I'm just going to, I don't get time to talk about this because, as I said, there's a lot of international cricket going on. So, talking about leagues doesn't give me much time. So, I concentrate on the crux of it, basically. So, let's have a look at. Today gives me some time here because on this cricket show to talk about the Pakistan Super League 2023. Just now we had one match which got over, and the news is that Islamabad United, led by none other than the Pakistan all-rounder Shadab Khan, has actually clinched the place in the. I think they have gone into the playoffs, I reckon, if I'm not wrong. I'm just going to check that for you. Let's have a check. This match was played in Rawalpindi between Quetta Gladiators and Islamabad United, and I'm just going to have a look and see whether they clinched a place. That's what I heard. So I'm just trying to confirm that. Looking at what it is, they have got a place in the Pakistan Super League. So they are into the reckoning, one could call. And Islamabad United suddenly had a burst of form, especially from the former wicketkeeper batsman from Pakistan, Moin Khan's son, Azam Khan, who is very stockily built, as you know, and he has been playing in all the franchisee leagues, and he really looks to be someone who can really belt the ball. I mean, we know that he had the capability. As I said, he's very stockily built, he's young, but when he hits the ball a mile. And he has power because he's very stockily built. He really belts the ball. And let's have a look at this. He came up with a century of, I think, 46 balls, if I'm not wrong. So he's in prime form. So let's have a look at this a particular card from Quetta Gladiators Islamabad United, where Quetta Gladiators, led by none other than the former captain of Pakistan, Sarfraz Ahmed, lost it. They won by 2 wickets. It was a photo finish, according to me. It went all the way till the last ball. So I'm just going to take you down to the excitement there and just see what really happened. So they say in the last over, they clinched. The victory was clinched in the last over. So end of over 19, they needed 9 runs from 6 balls, but it was Fahim Ashraf who slammed the bowling of Smith for 3 consecutive fours to bring a victory. So that was wonderful. I think I'm trying to see. It was Smith who was bowling at that particular time, and his first 3 balls were hit for boundaries, and thus the victory came pretty quickly for Islamabad United. So let's have a look at the scorecard, and I'm going to talk about a few things when I'm looking at the scorecard, just as sort of an analysis. Quetta Gladiators were rocked hard by the pace attack of the Islamabad United. Fazali Faruqi is from Afghanistan, bowled a superb spell, 4 overs, no minutes, 25 runs and 3 wickets. And Fahim Ashraf picked up 2 for 29, and they rocked the boat of the Quetta Gladiators. At one time, they were 17 for 4 with Yasir Khan, Will Smeed, and Sarfraz Ahmed. Will Smeed going for a duck of the very first delivery, and Will Smeed, we know what a precocious talent he is from England. Sarfraz Ahmed out for 3, but it was the partnership of a 100 run partnership, more than 100 runs partnership, which stitched things together for Quetta Gladiators, with Mohammad Nawaz making 52 of 44. Good to see that he came into form after quite a long time. But Najbullah Zadran, the talented batsman from Afghanistan, making 59 of 34 deliveries, which included 5 fours and 3 sixes. But let me tell you one thing here. After what happened, once Mohammad Nawaz and Najbullah Zadran was gone, it was 18.2 overs. But look at the way this man, Umar Akmal, I always have felt that Umar Akmal had a great future for Pakistan. But the problem with Umar Akmal has been that he has not been consistently performing. When he came into cricket, he was according to me, a wonderful stroke maker. And one saw some great talent in this bloke. But unfortunately, his consistency lacked. He fell out of form. He fell out of favor of the selectors, of the Pakistan selectors. And finally, Umar Akmal is nowhere now. I mean, his age has really caught up with him. It's very difficult for him to come. But today, what he did, he went and bashed the bowling of Islamabad United by making a blitzkrieg innings, one could call it. And that's the precise reason Quetta Gladiators had a nice, decent total to bowl at with 179 for 6. But Umar Akmal absolutely played a blistering innings, according to me. He was not out at this age. He cracked an unbeaten 43 of just 14 deliveries. Imagine that, which included 5 sixes and 2 boundaries. Absolutely, he racked the Islamabad United bowling attack. Odean Smith was not around 4, and thus that was what it was. So it was a real hitting from Umar Akmal. And as I said, Umar Akmal, I've always believed that he had ounces of talent to be a permanent member of the Pakistan team, but unfortunately that didn't happen. It's all due to him, and also his discipline. Sometimes he was also pulled in for some discipline. He was for discipline things as well, which is unfortunate. And nevertheless, he really showed that he's still capable of something big here. So that was well done. Islamabad United, well, as I said, they got the victory. But if you look at the innings here, Gurbaz was out for naught, Alex Hales was out for 12, but Colin Munro played an innings which was as equal to what Umar Akmal did for the Quetta Gladiators. And he did, Umar Akmal did it in a losing cause, but Colin Munro did it on a winning cause. He smashed 63 of 29 deliveries, which included 5 fours and 4 sixes. Some support. Once again, this Azam Khan is in terrific touch. He slammed a century. He took them to victory. And if you know the consecutively 3 matches, Islamabad United suddenly started roaring like a lion, and that was due to Islamabad United batsman Azam Khan really transforming things for the team. Azam Khan 35-25, 2 fours and 2 sixes, and Fahim Ashraf, as I said, 3 4 slammed of the 3 balls when 9 runs were required, and Odeon Smith, the first 3 balls were sent to the pickets. And Fahim Ashraf was not out, 39 of 31, 6 fours in that, and game over. And it was a victory for the Islamabad United. And not going to go into the bowling figures. It doesn't make any. There's nothing. Only Mohammad Nawaz bowled well with his off-spin 4 overs, 2 for 17, and Fazl Ali Farooqi was named player of the match. So Islamabad United have done a great thing here. They really played well. So let's have a look at some other cricket that's going on now. I will talk about some Indian cricket, and the reason I'm talking about Indian cricket is we know there was Irani Cup. Irani Cup is a traditional tournament where the Ranji Trophy champions basically take on the rest of India. And the rest of India, I can talk about only one man from the rest of India. The rest of India went and beat Madhya Pradesh in the Irani Cup. But that one man who captured everyone's attention and who could well be the star of India in the future. He has been scoring runs at a very consistent rate. He's young, he's talented, he's extremely talented. We know that there is one boy by the name Sarfraz Ahmed who has been doing great. There is a talk going on that he's not getting his chance for India. But I can tell you one thing, dear fans, that this bloke Yashasvi Jaiswal is much younger than Sarfraz Ahmed. He's making big waves. He's really making waves like coming in the ocean because he played in the IPL last year. I'm looking out for Yashasvi Jaiswal making extreme sounds in this IPL 2023 with his bat. He's already started doing it, and he has gone on to garner a very distinct record, which nobody has done in the Irani Cup. He has the highest number of runs in a single match in an Irani Cup. He has broken all the records. His name, Yashasvi Jaiswal, who amassed 357 runs. The first innings, he went and hit a double century. The second innings, he went and hit a century. And he can play any type of cricket. He can play the waiting game. He can slam you all across the ground. He has all strokes in his repertoire, and one of a wonderful talent emerging from India. And I see him as an Indian star for the future in cricket. Yashasvi Jaiswal. Remember the name, everybody. Now this is something coined by none other than Ian Bishop, the West Indian cricket commentator. As you would remember, the match which was going on, where it was Carlos Brathwaite, the West Indian, who actually became a hero when he slammed 4 sixes of the current England skipper Ben Stokes to take West Indies to a World Cup victory. We all remember that. So I just wanted to hark back to that. But I can tell you one thing, dear fans, that Yashasvi Jaiswal is a man to watch. And I think he would be a star of the Indian future. No doubt about it. He's extremely talented. Yashasvi, 357 runs in that match. And, as I told you, he has all the talent in the world. And, unless injury or something is going to prevent him from coming to the team, I really wish him good luck. He's very talented, and one is really looking forward. As I said, I'm really individually, I'm very looking forward to easily looking forward to Yashasvi Jaiswal making a lot of noise with his bat in this IPL 2023, which is coming up. If I'm not wrong, probably in April or March, April, I suppose, whatever. Well, dear fans, as I said, it's a very short cricket show. With this being said, I think it's time for me to bid you all a goodbye for this week. And we have a lot of cricket coming up, no doubt about it. Sri Lanka are taking on New Zealand. Sri Lanka are already there in New Zealand. So that cricket will be coming. India will be, and that will be a very important match. India will be taking on Australia in the fourth test in Ahmedabad. It will be interesting to see what type of pitch is prepared after Australia beat India. And besides, the other thing to note would be whether India can beat Australia and clinch a place in the World Test Championship final. So that is something. And can you believe it? Sri Lanka are also close. If they go and beat New Zealand 2-0, which is an extreme. I'm not really discouraging them, but in cricket anything is possible. On current form, I think New Zealand will definitely. But if Sri Lanka manage to beat New Zealand 2-0, not only that India will be displaced, but Sri Lanka will meet Australia in the World Test Championship final. That came real news to me. That's a good test record for Sri Lanka, and wish them good luck. And other than that, we had the South Africa West Indies. I think the second test match is coming up, if I'm not wrong. A lot of cricket coming up, dears. England Bangladesh tomorrow is the final match. One is looking forward to Rehan Ahmed, who made his test debut thanks to Ben Stokes against Pakistan. Will probably making his ODI debut tomorrow against Bangladesh. And Bangladesh will have something saving grace. They have to go and win the match to really show that at home they don't want to be pummeled 3-0, which England are almost on the verge of tomorrow. Well, dear fans and subscribers, an absolute pleasure bringing you this cricket show, and looking forward to more cricket coming up in this next week. And I will be back with you again in the weekend to cover all those cricket events that happen in this particular week. So have a nice cricket week, and we'll meet up on Saturday next Saturday. Until then, goodbye.